Let's not forget that we are talking about sexual harassment here. This is something that has been downplayed over so many years, and a lot of us have gone through so many frustrations of refusing to be employed because of sexual advances from particularly the men. Not only that, there are also young men in offices who I know have gone through a lot of sexual harassment from ladies, older ladies. And I'm very frustrated as a young person in this country.
Let's stop it right there. The fact that she include men as well, I applaud that, because people make it seem like men don't get SA in workplaces and things like that. It's especially younger men typically get harassed by older women, especially the ones in high position. So that's a fact. So applaud her for not including, for not excluding men. So let's continue.
Because that has been the norm within this nation, that somebody will be asked for sexual favors. If you don't conform, you remain jobless. And while at the same time, a lot of people are losing and missing opportunities because of this thorn in the flesh. What this house should be talking about is putting strong and stringent laws forward to regulate sexual harassment, especially in public and government offices. From the top to the bottom, we have had a lot of reports, even in the media, of women being sexually harassed. And right now, to the public, what they see is a young, assertive woman who rose and defended against sexual harassment. A lot of times, we might see different things in the house, but what does the public see? What does the public see? And a lot of times, when assertive women come out and defend their position on these issues, their heads are pressed down. The thing this house should be discussing is how to prevent sexual harassment. And a lot of times when the victim has been harassed, you are not in a position to get evidence. Things flow and you don't have evidence.
A minute, Senator Azena, what is your point of order? And let us also not continue just raising point of orders.
No, Mr. Speaker. I am not in the habit of raising frivolous points of order. Understanding Order 120, again to remind this House, that the report before us is a report of the Powers and Privileges Committee. In this particular case, nobody has accused Gloria of being an assertive woman. Nobody has accused her of lack of proper expression. We are not saying she cannot express herself. She's one of the most eloquent senators in this House. The report of the House is very simple. She made allegations. She needed to substantiate. She failed to substantiate. There are consequences of dragging people's names through the mud, and then you don't say it. You don't come here to lecture us about, sexual this, sexual that. Show us the evidence. Show us the evidence. Nobody is interested in sexual advances here.
Senator Sifuna.
I must say he also has a point where when a woman make an allegation without proof and she have no way of proving it, but yet you still name the person, that can cause a whole lot of trouble for said person whose name is called, if you don't have any proof. But at the same time, you don't have, it's a double-edged sword actually. You get cut on either side, and whichever side it turns to, you're gonna get cut. You just choose the duller side. So in the sense that yes, we need women to step up and point out the accuser, but at the same time, you need evidence. Because we cannot go by word of mouth. They can just come and say, yes, this happened. But I also applaud her for standing up for herself as well. That's why I say it's a double-edged sword. It's not easy. But you know what? Let me just finish the video, and then we're going to dive into it a little bit.
Senator Sifuna, you know you cannot put exact ones that any senator should use in this house. As long as she is contributing on this particular matter, she is contributing on this particular matter. If I reason she is defending women and the young leaders, young women leaders. So to me, she is not out of order. Senator Azena, proceed and conclude your minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
But that's also a misrepresentation of what the guy said. The guy then never said he's stopping her, she not speak. He's saying if you call someone name, you need evidence, you need proof. Otherwise, that person can lose job, can go to prison for false allegation, which you know that happen a lot. But anyway, let's continue. I just want to say that he's misrepresenting what the gentleman said just now.
This is exactly what happens when young women are assertive in this country. And it is time, Mr. Speaker, some people, I am.
Honour members, Senator Zena
I am.
will be hand in
And I
silence.
have the right to be heard.
She
Because,
will be hand
Mr.
in silence.
Speaker, protect
You
me,
will have
Mr.
your
Speaker.
time to get to the floor. You will have your
Protect me,
time.
Mr. Speaker, from people exhibiting chauvinism, male chauvinism.
Senator Zena, stop addressing members. Just proceed and conclude your
Thank you.
contribution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sifuna, Mr. Speaker, Senator Sifuna does not utilize my eyes. I do not use your eyes to read the report, nor do you live with me. There is no way you will know if I read the report or not. So stick to your lane.
Senator Zena, stop addressing members directly. Address the chair kindly.
Thank you,
Address
Mr.
the chair.
Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I continue, like I reiterated, that what we need to discuss in this house is how to protect people and young women especially from sexual harassment. Why? Because a lot of times when these allegations are made or we have cases like this, a lot of times it's thrown under the bus because there is no evidence. And in a lot of instances when this is happening, you do not even have time to get evidence. So, Mr. Speaker, we need to be very fair in how we approach these issues and know that this house is a house for all of us.
So that's the end of the video. So let's dissect a little bit. I applaud her for stepping up and calling out what's happening with young female politicians being harassed, being SA, and it's need to be spoken of. It need to be shine a light on to make whoever is doing it. That's not the way to go. And the flip side as well, where we see young men in parliament, as she said, that she knows of, being harassed by more seasoned politicians, female politicians. So that's also an issue, because people make it seem as if guys do not get this kind of SA against them. It happens a lot, more than people might assume, but guys don't report it like how a woman would. So let's talk about this for a minute. Remember, side note, when you remember with the BLMA movement came out, the Black Lives Matter. Every movement start out on justice, but soon after they start to weaponize this movement. That's why they blame the BLM, the Black Lives Movement Matter. I never liked it because it was weaponized. Just like with the woman thing that passed last couple of years, 2 years ago, believe all women, when everybody was coming out and accusing men of multiple things in the past. And what they did, the Me Too movement, it was weaponized and started used as a weapon. When they started to use that to threaten men, say, if you don't give me this, I'm gonna say this about you. So whenever time you weaponize any movement, it always do more harm than good. I said that to say this. When a woman make an allegation about a man with SA, it can ruin the man's life, whether it's true or not. If it's true, you deserve to go to prison and be locked up and put away and be gone on a registry to make sure this guy is this for the rest of his life. You can follow him. But majority of the time it's false allegations, and these guys still go to prison. And even though it's proven that they're not guilty, it still have a stigma that sticks with them to the day they die. Even though it's proven without even though it's proven clear as day that it was a blatant lied made up story, it still have attach a stigma to that person for the rest of his life, regardless of he's innocent or not, especially when he's innocent. So that's what the speaker was saying, that whenever time you make allegations, you have to have evidence, because you're going on a very treacherous path. And men must be held accountable, as I always said, when it comes to this situation. But we cannot be weaponizing these kind of allegations, because women, that is their go-to move against a man. Because when a man and a next man have an issue, they fight it out. When a woman and a man have an issue, she cannot physically fight a man, like physically beat a man. So they resort to to use feminine traits like SA for one, or they cry for sympathy, and along those lines. So they have their own mechanism to use against men. So it's a very, very slippery slope, as I said. But I like the fact that it was respectful. It was no calling anybody any names or being disrespectful. That's the good part about this. But the light has been shined, but now, whenever they come with an allegation, please, women, try to have some evidence, or some form of evidence, not just willy nilly saying these things about a man when it can ruin his life permanently, as well as a woman's life is also ruined whenever time these kind of things happen to them as well. So, like I said, it's a double-edged sword, and we have to do case by case. There's no blanket um, way to handle these allegations, but case by case, deal with it individually. Do not use any external issues. Use facts, evidence, if it's there or not, and circumstances. These things must be used per case. Again, not a blanket thing. Say yes, she said it, so he did it. He does it, so prison. No, 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 no. You can't work like that anymore. Those days are done with. As well as the days of men troubling women unwantedly should also be done away with. They should be punished severely whenever time we have proof that these men are doing these kind of things still in modern days. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. As I always know, this is a hot button issue, but hit up in the comment section and I'll always let you know what's going on. Anyway, thanks for watching. I don't know, my name is Stefan. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Boom.